what's up everybody? Today I am finally back with another video. I haven't forgotten about my channel at all. I've just been going through a huge transition in my life. I don't know why, but I'm like a little nervous about today, like just about sharing something personal to me. But I just wanted you guys to know that my channel is gonna be a little different now. I have really gotten closer to God in the way that I should be, you know what I mean? I'm like walking in His direction and trying to do what He calls me to do. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my testimony on how I truly became saved by Jesus. And it's a little tough because it makes me a little emotional or whatever, but my channel is still gonna be, you know, beauty tips and stuff like that, but it's gonna be more so to help others truly understand who God is and to walk and talk like a true Christian. So I'm trying to figure out where to start. So basically, okay, I'm just gonna start from childhood. You know, I grew up, you know, I had my stepdad and my mom, and my dad was there every once in a while. He was, you know, incarcerated for a while. And so he was kind of in and out of my life, and I feel like it affected the way that I lived my life, you know what I mean? Oh, excuse me, gosh. Oh, okay, so me and my dad were cool now, you know. I mean, we've been cool. I love my dad. I know that, you know, he was also learning his walk, you know what I mean? He was doing his own thing, so yeah, but we're cool though. So yeah, you know, I had my stepdad and I love him so much. He's the one that raised me, but I was still, you know, searching for another man to fill the void that my dad had left, basically, and I didn't realize it. So, you know, I was, I guess you could say, just fornicating at a pretty young age. I would say I lost my virginity around 14, and just to think back, oh my gosh, that was just so young. Oh my goodness, like, that's just so young. And you know, at the time I didn't know that I was sinning. I just thought that's what you did, you know, whenever you just loved someone or you wanted someone to love you. And so that's basically what I was looking for now that I look back at it. So I was in different relationships. I did not sleep with everyone that I knew, you know what I mean? Just like if it was a super close, long relationship, you know, it would happen. But I was just so young. And as I got older, you know, after I had my child, I was super lost. You know, I went through a horrible breakup with her dad, and he was like, he was just like my whole world, you know what I mean? So at that time, but I was just like trying to find myself because I had lost myself in that relationship, and I was just, you know, just trying to find my way. So I dabbled into, now that I know, it was witchcraft. I did not realize it at the time, but yeah, it definitely is witchcraft in the eyes of a believer and in the eyes of God. You know, I was trying to align my chakras every day, meditating. I would buy incense, and after a while, you know, I was around a lot of people who were not Christians, and they pretty much talked me out of not believing in the Bible. You know, I wasn't really in the Bible, but you know, I just was just like, no, like a man made that, you know what I mean? But now that I think about it now, it's like we say, or people say, yes, a Bible was written by man, but it was interpreted from God, you know what I mean? And the thing is that if we don't believe in the Bible that was man-made or man-written, we cannot believe in anything else. You know what I mean? Like, people believe in all these other things, all these other books, these law of attraction books, but guess what? A man wrote those too, so how can you truly believe in those? You know what I mean? And I was really into that stuff, law of attraction, manifestation, and you know, the chakras and horoscopes, you know, zodiac signs and all that stuff. And I really based my life around that stuff. I would go to psychics. I would like listen to what they would say and get so sunken in that I would live based off of what they're telling me, based off of what my zodiac sign said that day. I would literally live my life like that instead of just living day by day and trusting in God that he would lead my steps. So the further in I got, the more lost I was. I was still looking for the next best thing. You know, I would feel good for a little bit. Like I started doing yoga and all this Hindu stuff. And, you know, I just would look for oh gosh, I can't talk. I would just look for the next best thing that would make me feel good, because that would only leave a temporary good feeling in me. And you know, after a while, I had a really close friend, and she was Muslim. She was Muslim, and I even thought about going into her religion. You know, I went to the mosque. You know, I wore the saris and everything. Yeah, I was just going in all different directions, just trying to find myself and find my happiness. And the more that I got into that, I realized that I was just so depressed. Like literally every day in that time, I was working for a makeup company, and in that time, every day, no one knew it, but I was just so sad inside and so lost. I would go, I had a 1-year-old, or she was like a baby still, and I would want to be around her, but something in me just would not want to be around her because I was just so sad inside. So I would go into my closet for hours. I would stay in my closet to get away from everyone. Whew. I had food in there. I had my incense. I had all this different stuff just in there because I wanted to be alone. I didn't want to be bothered by anyone. I was just super depressed. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Like all of my friends, you know, I would not open up to them because I didn't trust anyone. You know, I was really hurt. And so I just built this wall up to where, you know, I'm sorry guys, just give me a second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I had to take a quick break for a second, but yeah, I just built up a wall, and you know, I lost a lot of friends. You know, it wasn't just because of bad things happened between me and them. It's just probably because I didn't open up myself, but also, you know, we were going in different directions. Who knows where I would have been if I still would have been friends with these people. I still love them, you know, even though we don't talk, but you know, we were just going in opposite directions. So yeah, I built up this wall. I did not want to tell anyone the stuff that was going on, because when I did, I would just not get the response that I needed. You know, I felt like they didn't take it serious, or, you know, I just felt like I needed help from someone and I just was not getting it. So, gosh, man, what is going on with me? I'm just so emotional right now. But anyways, okay, so I remember at the time that I was working at this makeup company, I had a teacher from the past, my cosmetology teacher, and I just love her to death because she has just been a real one. Like ever since I met her in 2014, she is still here for me. Whatever I need, she's there. And I just love her. She's so sweet. But she was strong in her faith. She still is strong in her faith. So she visited me one day and she was just like, well, Tarika, there's something wrong with you. There's something, you're not there. Like there's something really off, and I can tell that you're just not right now. And I just kind of like broke down, you know, I was crying and stuff. I'm like, man, how could she see that? How did she know? So she's like, okay, I'm gonna refer this book to you. And I was just like, okay, I'll just pretty much do anything right now. So it was a book, it was called Fervent. So she told me to read this book, it's called Fervent. And I did. I read that within a week, and at that time, like I was going through my breakup and also moving, and you know, me and my mom, we were really close. At that time she was going through something too, so I could not move in with her, and so I really didn't have anywhere else to go. So I lived with my grandma at the time, and at that time, me and her, we really did not get along. Yeah, we didn't get along. Like, everything was a disagreement, you know. And at that time, she was probably going through something, and she just said things that were really hurtful and made me feel like, you know, she didn't want me to be there. So me and my daughter, so y'all, I'm just so sorry for all of this emotional crying. Oh my goodness. So you know, after a while I just couldn't take it anymore. So yeah. Oh, you know what? Rewind that. So, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. So at that time, whenever she referred the book to me, I was living with my grandma, and I had started reading that book. I read it within a week, right? And basically it tells you the right ways to pray, and they are really powerful prayers, and I would do it every night. And you guys, within that first week, bad stuff just started happening. Like, I remember that week at work, oh, I almost got fired from my job because of this girl. I always knew that there was something off about her, but this day she just came to me just randomly and was like just belligerent, you know what I mean? Like, and I could look at her, and before, she was so pretty to me. She was so beautiful, even though she was a little weird to me, you know, something was like not sincere about her, but she was still pretty to me. And that day, something in her, it made her face look so different, and she was just so ugly. And it was coming from the inside, and just the things that she was saying to me and trying to make me mad. She was trying to get me, I know it was some demon inside of her, was trying to get me to retaliate the way that I really wanted to, you know. Like, she had me to the point where I'm balling up my fist about to knock her out, and you know, and I told her, oh, you're so lucky we're at work right now, because I really want to knock you out right now. You know, she tested me like a little bit too much, you know what I mean? So at that time I felt like it was a test, so I had to, like, you know, I was crying because I was so mad I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and so I had to step away from that. And luckily the Lord was on my side because he knew it wasn't my fault. This lady was a manager, you know what I mean? And she was like really testing me and really arguing with me and stuff like that. But the next week she was fired, and I wasn't, thank the Lord. And that same week I had went out with a friend of mine, and I remember afterwards I was leaving, and this car, it was like maybe 12 at night, you know what I mean? And the streets were pretty much empty. This car came out of absolutely nowhere. There were no cars in sight, at least unless I missed one, I don't know. But I did not see this car, and then all of a sudden this couple just rode by me and just was cussing me out. Like, it was an older couple, and this was right before Trump was elected. I'm sure that wasn't the reason, you know what I mean? But they were just, this is just around the time. And oh my gosh, this couple was cussing me out so bad. You be, just out of nowhere. Like, it just happened out of nowhere. I'm like, what the heck? What is wrong with them? Okay, so, you know, fast forward to a couple of days later, I was still writing down my prayers and saying them out loud. And, you know, I just I felt like Satan was really trying to keep me down, you know, keep me depressed. He was trying to hold on to me. So this may sound crazy to some who don't believe, but demons are real, okay? And at nighttime, when I was asleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night because I would start to hear voices, and people would think, you know, it's schizophrenia or something like that, but I'm not schizophrenic. Like, I would have my eyes open and hear voices, and all of a sudden I would just start praying, and the more I started praying, they would get louder and louder and start scratching me on my back. And at this point, there was something on me, and it was so angry. I could feel the anger, and it was just like, just like scratching me on my back and just screaming. And I woke up the next morning, I had scratches on my arms, on my back, and there was, you know, I was in that room by myself. So I know it was some demons. I don't care what nobody says, but the devil was trying to fight for me because he knew that I was getting back to the Lord, you know what I mean? So yeah, I had some really crazy stuff going on, and you know, God would bring me through different things to learn different stuff. So, man, okay. So I was finally feeling a lot better. You know, I got out of the house with my grandma at that time, and whenever we weren't getting along, and I started to be happier. You know, I did not have a stable home at that time, and yeah, things were just not good from the outside, you know, if anyone knew, but inside I was just getting so much better, you know. And now fast forward to today, I am back like fully in my faith, and I'm reading my Bible every day, and I'm just learning so much about God and his goodness. And oh man, it's something. It's like I do not get depressed anymore. Like, I feel so much joy, even if things are not going my way. And of course they can't always go my way, but like in a day, you know, I still wake up and I'm just full of joy. I'm happy because of what God has done for me, you know what I mean? And I don't mean by blessing me with my house or my husband or my daughter or anything like that. Of course I'm thankful for those things, but it's just the fact that he sent his own son, Jesus Christ, to die for me and my sins. He knew that no matter what, I was still going to sin. You know, I was still going to do some bad things and hurt him, but he still sacrificed his own son so I would not be condemned to hell. And, you know, he does that for all of us, but not everyone is going to believe, not everyone is going to accept. And some people who do think that they are Christians are truly not, because they're still living in the world. And whenever I say that, he has really changed me. You know, I still have things to work on. I'm not perfect at all, but you know, I don't listen to secular music anymore. You know, the stuff that I used to listen to, just be, you know, really jamming and stuff like that. But I don't do that anymore, because now that I even try to listen to it, or if I hear it from someone else who's playing, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I listen to that. It's just murder, sex, you know what I'm saying? And it's everything that's going against God. And what I didn't realize at the time was me listening to the music that I listened to, I was inviting those evil spirits into me, and me fornicating with those men, trying to, you know, fill that void in from my dad not being there enough for me. You know, I was getting spiritual soul ties from these people, and it caused me to even feel worse, you know what I mean? And also with my dad, you know, I was holding on to that hurt and not being very forgiving, and that was holding me down. That was keeping me depressed. All of these things that I was doing that people do in the world, it just really caused me to stay down. It made me not feel any joy. And God tells us to don't live like the world. Do not live like the world. You want to live as Christ lived. And so, you know, even though we're not going to be perfect, we have to strive to be like him. So now, I'm sorry if I'm going all around, you guys. I'm just, you know, I just felt that God wanted me to do this. So I just hopped on camera and just did it. So, oh, excuse me. You know, I try to live like Christ. I try to do the right things. I try to have a pure heart with everyone that I come in contact with. I try, if someone hurts me or says something mean to me, I try and forgive them the best way that I can. And if I feel like I can't, I pray that God will help me to have a forgiving heart, soften my heart towards this person, and just say a prayer for them, because it's not really my problem. It's only my problem if I let it bother me, you know what I mean? But however they feel about me, that's their business. You know, it is what it is. I'll just pray for them, and hopefully whatever it is, they'll get past it, and hopefully, you know, I will forgive them. You know, just different things. And I know that I could hold on to some stuff, man. If someone really hurt me, I would really hold on to that and be angry with them. And I'm still working on certain people that I'm trying to forgive, but I'm leaving that in God's hands. And you know, you guys, ever since I thought me not listening to the music that I listened to before, because I love me some rap and I love me some R&B and stuff like that, like some Kiana Lede and, you know, Megan Thee Stallion and all these people, but they don't sing about things that are loving. You know, they talk about things that are going to keep us down, twerking and having sex before marriage and all this stuff, and showing our bodies to every man and stuff. It's just opening up us to lust. Oh, you guys, and another thing, y'all. Okay, so here's another thing, and this is still something that I'm dealing with now, is sexual dreams. And when you guys have those, please hear me out whenever I say this. Sexual dreams are not wet dreams. They're not good dreams. I tell you that. Please pay attention to your dreams, because they are truly sending you a message. So it was actually this year, I had 3 dreams, 3 nights in a row of someone trying to rape me. And luckily, right at that moment before it happened, something stopped them. You know what I mean? And I know it was God. He was stopping them. And some dreams, it would even be with other women that this would happen. And you guys, those are not from God. They are not good dreams. They are not wet dreams. They are from the devil. Those are demons. You are vulnerable at that time, you know what I mean? And if you have some soul ties still stuck in you, those are those demons inviting themselves into you and controlling your life, you know what I mean? And what they're called, you can look up other videos on YouTube and they'll explain it more, but they're called spiritual husbands or spiritual wives. You know how they say some people, there was a woman who was actually delivered, and she was gay, and she didn't realize that she had like over 3 or 6 spiritual husbands in her. They were all masculine, so it made her attracted to women. When she got rid of those, you guys, she does not like women anymore. And I know that that sounds crazy, you know, but it truly happened. And so you know, these things, these are just demons. They are inviting themselves into you. They will control you. They will control your life. They will cause you to not be sexually attracted to your husband or your wife. They will cause you to ruin pretty much any relationship, because they are spiritual husbands and spiritual wives. They control you right now. You guys, this stuff, you don't realize how spiritual this world is. Like, there is so many crazy things going on around us that we cannot see. God is fighting these demons, and vice versa. They're trying, but they'll never win against God. You know what I mean? So, yeah, right now and forever. I'm just so happy that I truly gave my life to Christ. I just got baptized last Sunday, and you know, I've been praying every day, multiple times a day. I read my Bible because I want to gain more knowledge. You know, I try and help others to get closer to God, because I want to live with Jesus. You know, whenever we leave this world, I want to be saved. I do not want to be condemned to hell. I want to be saved. And He is everything that we need. He is everything that we need. We feel like we need these worldly possessions and to manifest these things into our lives. But what people don't realize is that whenever we're manifesting things into our lives, we are actually doing that, and it's coming from the devil. So you are pretty much laying yourself in front and saying that you don't need God to manifest these things. You just need yourself, and that's all you need. We're just turning away from God, basically. And some people, you know, they're still going to do it. They're going to get offended by this. But you guys, to be honest, I don't care. You know, not to be rude or anything, but I don't care, because this is what Jesus called me to do. Not everyone's going to like this. Not everyone is going to, you know, they're just not going to like this. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, I have Jesus backing me up. This is something that needs to be said, because it's not right. We lean on all these other false gods, all these other false things, and we're still looking. Well, you know, people who do it, they're still looking. They're still looking. You cannot call yourself a Christian. You cannot call yourself a believer in Christ if you are believing in everything else but Him. You have to have faith in Him and only Him. He knows the desires of your heart. So basically the verse, it is a Psalm 37 verses 4 and 6, and it says, take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. You guys, all we have to do is just put our faith in Jesus, and we don't have to worry about anything else. And whenever you truly do that, you just lay everything down with him. Give him all of your worries, your troubles, and everything. He's going to make a way for you. You're going to feel joyful even whenever things are going bad in your life. You know, he's going to give you that strength. And the best way, if you truly want to get to know Christ, the best way to get to know him is just to pray to him. And if you guys want to know the correct way how to pray and praying powerful prayers, I would be happy to make another video for you guys and to show you that. I will do it step by step so you can understand clearly and the right way. Sorry, I had to go downstairs real quick, but I'm super tired right now. Sorry if I'm breathing hard. But you guys, I promise you, if you just put your pride to the side, no, give it away, take the pride away, and truly take the time out to get to know the Lord, you will experience the joy and the love that he gives. You know what I mean? Like some days I will just be listening to a song, and as you guys can see, I'm already sensitive, but like I will be listening to a song about the Lord, and there are plenty of rap songs and everything like that, but just listening to certain words, and it just makes you like feel such joy in your heart to where you just want to start crying because you feel so much joy and you feel so much love. And now that I have accepted him into my heart and I have just bowed down everything to him, you guys, I don't look for anything else. I don't need anything else. All I need is him. That's just it. That's all I need. All I need is to have faith that Jesus died on the cross for me and my sins and for all my brothers and sisters of the world, and I am good. I'm good. Like, whew. And people, you know, whenever you do go to him and you feel like you can't hear him, you have to remember that it's on his time and not our time. And you cannot rely on, oh, well, if Jesus is so good, how come I'm homeless or something? How come I'm this? How come I'm that? You guys have to realize that you don't have to be rich in the world. You need to be rich in Jesus. If you're rich in Jesus, you're rich in God and his word, you have everything. You have everything. You don't need anything else. And he will still provide for you. He will provide. And y'all, before I go, I'm going to let you know some videos that I'm going to be coming up with. If you do decide to, you know, let go of the secular music or anything like that, bad movies where you see people getting killed, and scary movies where you're inviting evil spirits into your house and into yourself, I can definitely give you guys the sources that I use, and you just won't miss it because I don't miss any of the music. I grew up on this stuff, y'all, okay? I grew up on this stuff, but I have some great rappers, some great singers, in all genres. I mean, not all genres, but all races, you know what I mean? Like, people are big on that, but I don't really care. You know, if the music is good, it's good. You do have to be careful of a lot of Christian people that you do listen to, because not all of them are sincere. Like Lecrae for one, Lauren Daigle for two, the Hillsong worship, Elevation worship, Bethel music. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways, that's for another video. But you guys, I will be back with some more videos. I will still come back with beauty videos, you know what I mean? But God will still be a part of that video. So if you don't like it, maybe this is not the channel for you. But if you do, or if you have any questions, or if you're open to it, you guys, I would love it if you stay, because I'm going to love telling you about it. And one more thing, I just need to show y'all because I'm so excited about it. So God says in the Bible that the more that you seek him, he will give you the knowledge that you need. So, you know, if some people are like, oh man, it's so hard to read the Bible. So luckily, God has given me the knowledge to understand the King James Version, and it's just so great. Like every time I read it, I feel something tugging at my heart. I feel like he's like pouring this stuff into me. And so if you want to start off, and you're a woman or a man, really, it doesn't really matter, but I got this Bible to start off with. I do this study all the time, like with my mom and my sister, because they don't really understand the King James Version just yet. But this is the woman's study Bible, and I got this from Amazon. It was about $30, but you guys, it's so worth it. Like, it gives you illustrations at the bottom of each, you know, of each chapter. It'll tell you what it's about. It gives you certain things like exercises and studying with him to understand what you're doing. I have the little tabs, but if you guys like the tabs, then I can send you the link, or I can tag the link on my next video so you can get these for free. And also, this is what I'm just excited about, y'all, okay? So, you know, I use that Bible, but I just got this one yesterday. Oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful. I'm just super excited about it. It has like the gold, oh my gosh, pages of gold, okay? This is the gold that you need, you guys. Let me tell you that. So, this Bible is just so beautiful. It's the King James Version, but it's the journaling version. So if you want to truly understand and get the real version, this one here, like you can journal. Here on the sides, you can either draw some stuff or you can write what the verses mean, or a word that you don't understand. You can find the definition and write it next to the verse, or you can just write down your favorite verses, whatever. But I got this one for $15 at a Half Price bookstore, but it is the King James Version. They don't have the NIV in this one, but it's just so beautiful. I'm just so happy about it. But yes, you guys, I'm sorry. I have rambled a lot in this video. I'm done now. I will see you in my next video. I love you guys. I will pray for you guys. I hope that this tugs at your heart and you decide to give your life to Jesus Christ, because he is all you need, okay? And I will see you in my next video.